We got on the agenda today, but
we're on the team, but we're not in the game.
I'm overseas. You gonna just take them overseas? Yo.
Episode 4.
Episode 4.
4 of them. Feels like we've done a lot more.
For sure. Just because we've been talking about basketball 8 months before we started.
Yeah,
But
that's also true.
yeah, episode 4, man. I'm for sure not going to be able to keep track of that. So you're doing a great job.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
And the people, you guys are doing a great job sending in your questions, man. I for sure want to clap it up for them.
Yeah, definitely clap it up.
The engagement has been really, really crazy, man. Great questions. You guys are really involved. Thank you, man, because you make the podcast so much easier. And we love talking about this stuff. So to talk about it, with each other and with you just helps. So
it makes it easier to not sound like a extension of like Sports Center.
Yeah.
Where we're like, this guy dropped 50 tonight. How do we feel?
Yeah.
We can talk about it. Like your boy dropped, what did he drop? 39, 40?
39, but we'll call it 40. We'll call it 40 just for the sake of, 30. When you got to round up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but 39 ain't never been 40. Just like 29 ain't never been 30.
I know, that sucks, though.
It does suck.
I'm going to tell you the truth, though. If I drop 39 in that league we might get in, I'm for sure calling my mom, and I'm like, hey, I just gave them 40 real I gave them the lightest 40 ever.
And if I'm on your team, you gave them 40.
That's what I'm talking about. See,
if I'm not on your team, you gave us 39.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it is.
That's facts.
It ain't never
That's
been.
valid.
So he got in an argument with Devin Booker, and you could kind of see, tempers were flaring,
Yeah.
John back and forth. Said he was soft. Is PG soft?
I don't think he's soft. It's crazy because me and Trey were just talking about this on House, like we just discussed that. I don't think he's soft. I don't think people are taking him seriously because of the braids, and that was something that I wanted to kind of revisit from last time. He needs to go back to the fade, bro. I think PG was killing with the fade. That's when, like you said, he arrived, bro.
When he dunked on Birdman in them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, he doesn't have that type of bounce anymore, but I think he's a fade type of guy. I feel like he's just nicer with the fade, more confident. Yeah, I don't feel like people are taking him seriously because of how vocal he was in the bubble saying, he wasn't feeling well and his mental health, and now everybody's calling him soft. I think that's what that was about.
Which everybody goes through stuff. Like, there's no reason to call somebody out, especially a superstar that's going to talk about their feelings. They're bringing something out that is definitely not addressed enough. But I agree with you. I don't think he's soft either.
No, I don't think he's soft, bro.
I think he's just misunderstood.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll go with that. We'll go with misunderstood.
I think that's all it is, really. He can still hoop, bro, clearly.
39 against the Suns, that's
not bad, bro.
39 in the league is very hard.
Yeah, bro.
You did say a couple of pods ago that you wanted him to get a couple of 40 balls.
I know, yeah. I need at least 6 more before the season.
6?
Yeah. Because if he drops 40 another 5 to 6, maybe 5. If he drops 40 another 5 times, then it's like, okay, he literally dropped 40 5-6 times this season. Like, people aren't just doing that. You know what I'm saying? So that would kind of help. That'll help the argument a lot for me.
Okay.
And not to make this just about me, because he's the one who actually has to do this. But yeah, if he drops 40 another 5 times, or 39, which is still 40 in my eyes, yeah, GG's, man. GG's, for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to talk about the next guy that set a career high a couple of nights ago.
Oh, yeah. That boy Curry.
Boy out in Oakland. Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
I'm glad to see it, honestly, on a team where I did look at the stat. You were right. Kelly Oubre was like 0 for something.
Yeah.
0 for 30-something. I don't remember exactly what it was. But Steph to finally, drop, what was it, 62?
62, bro.
And then he turned around last night at the time of this recording.
Dropped 30.
Yeah, he scored 92 points in 2 games.
That's wild.
That is insane. And everybody's been talking about it. Maybe you can touch more about it. I'm not on the Twitter sphere as much as a lot of others, but they're talking about I've got 1, 2, 3 comments, 2 DMs about Curry slander. What do you know anything about what's going on? Maybe I just live under a rock.
Maybe a little bit. I don't know too much. And again, if I'm missing any information, feel free to update us. That's what this is about. We're going through this together, guys. But Dame had put out some type of a statement that was just saying, the league has changed. It's not the same league from 4 or 5 seasons ago. So a lot of people are kind of, I guess, just aware of how he plays, I guess you can say.
Mm-hmm.
He can't get those same shots and, stuff like that.
Right.
So they said he took it personal. You saw the Jordan meme, I'm sure, on
he took it personal.
On Instagram. And ended up giving them boys 62. So, I
think the biggest – sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, that shit, that stuff is crazy. Like, that's wild, bro.
It is unfathomable. But I think at the same time, it shows everybody in the league just how valuable Klay Thompson is.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because Steph had to work extremely hard for those 62. It was not. I mean, the moves looked light, but I guarantee you he was in the ice tub after the game.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, he scored. They finished with 137. He scored 62.
That's crazy.
That's close to half.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me for 48 minutes?
That's
going
wild,
that hard? That is insane. Interesting question. I know the answer, and you know the answer.
What's the answer?
But it was a good question. With Steph dropping 62, shout out Matt Hill, by the way. This was your comment or DM.
You, Matt.
Shout out to Steph also for 62. But should he be involved in the Jordan, Kobe, LeBron conversation?
Why is that? How many rings does he have?
I think he has 3.
3?
If I'm not mistaken. Because I think they won 2 before KD got there. Or maybe they won 1 and then won 2 with KD. I can't remember exactly.
Laney, can you fact check? Is it 3 or 4? 3?
Right, 3.
No, I don't think he needs to. No, I don't think so. I mean, why? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. You think he?
Well, he's making the argument of greatest of all time. I think is the question, and his follow up question to that is, if not, what does he have to do to be a part of it?
3.
So he has 3.
Okay, Klay. Good. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You've been nice.
Okay, 15, 17, and 18. 15 was the year that was when they had Harrison Barnes.
Yep.
And then he left. 16 was
when Bron made that crazy comeback. That was the block, right? 16 was the block.
Yes. 16 was the 73-9 year, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was when Bron, and then obviously I think KD came there the next 2 years. I could be wrong.
No, that's right.
But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so he's saying, should he be included in the conversation of greatest of all time? I guess by default, yeah, but the way I'm looking at it, it's kind of like when you say greatest of all time and mention those two, they just do so much. Like, it's just different
Those
to me.
who? Which two?
Jordan and LeBron.
Okay.
I feel like just across the board, it's just a little different, bro.
Right.
From, I don't want to say mentality. Let's just take that out. Let's just go like rebounds to.
Well, other skills.
Yeah,
rebounds, bro. He can pass, though. Steph can pass and he
can
score.
For sure.
But he's not keeping, I mean, I would argue that his team is keeping folks out of the finals. When they were going to the finals,
right,
it was the Warriors. Whereas on the East side, they were saying LeBron was keeping people out of the finals.
That's true. Yep.
I mean, I don't remember how many he went to, like 9 or 10 or 11 finals in a row.
Yeah.
And obviously, it was all in the East before he came over to the West. But I agree with you on that. I think he, in some sense of the imagination, he can be up there.
Yeah.
But I just don't think he's going to be mentioned with those 3 names.
Yeah, it's different. And I don't even want to make it seem like that. I don't even think he's tripping, really.
No, I don't think he is. But the crazy thing is we can't answer the question of why is it different when you look at MJ, Kobe, and LeBron, and you look at Steph.
Yeah.
What? Because obviously MJ and Kobe got, well, and LeBron in some cases, some would argue, didn't have the killer mentality.
Yeah.
But you definitely can see that with MJ and Kobe.
Yeah.
I would think Steph has that.
Yeah. I agree. He does.
But what separates those 3?
Man, that's a tough question,
from
man.
everybody else? That's a great question. And if you have an answer, let us know in the comments.
Please let me know. I don't know really. Man, I just think it's I don't know, because Curry did have that run too where he was just
he was unanimous MVP.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was just a great run too. But it's something about I don't know. It's something about perseverance, I think, that, man, it sounds crazy, but I think it comes down to the story too, bro. I think it comes down to the story, man. I feel like the NBA just does a great job telling stories for those three. Whereas we know Curry's story too, but it just wasn't displayed the same way. So I feel like that's kind of what it is.
Right. I think the only one who's had pressure on them since day one has been LeBron.
Yeah.
Because
that's true.
They had that interview, and I know I mentioned him a lot, but if you look at his interview that he had with, I forget who it was on ESPN, he said, what does it feel like? How is it going to make you feel to know that if you aren't a Hall of Fame player at the end of your career, that you will be considered a bust? This kid was like 17 or 18 coming out of high school. And he said, I just take it day by day. You know, he gave a great media answer.
Yeah.
But, you know, Michael Jordan was cut from his high school team. He took that personally. Then went on to go on to North Carolina, hit a big shot.
Yep.
All of a sudden he was, you know, but as soon as he stepped onto the floor in the NBA, I don't think the expectations of him were as high as LeBron when he stepped out of St. Vincent St. Mary's into Cleveland.
No, that's true.
I don't think they were that high. And Kobe was a little bit different too. I mean, his first couple of shots were air balls, and then all of a sudden, you know, he got right mentally and became the superstar that he was.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, if you look at Steph's story, he went to Davidson, he had bad ankles, and then he was dropping everybody off in the league. I mean, that's really the only story that I could come up with.
Well, you know, you have the other part too, where they were saying he was really kind of small or real thin to play.
Dale
in the
Curry's
league.
son, yeah.
But yeah, he proved a lot of people wrong, but I just think it wasn't as amplified. Maybe I don't know if that's the right word, but like the other few were.
Right.
Or, you know, that's what it comes down to me.
Right.
It's just more like it's more of a marketing thing, I think, because we just can't get ourselves to think about it that way due to us knowing how the other three are displayed. I think that's really what it is, honestly.
Just basketball royalty. Those are, I mean, especially in our generation, those are the top three.
Yeah.
And, you know, younger kids would argue LeBron, the only thing they've seen of Michael was the Last Chance documentary. So it's very different. I wanted to transition. Somebody's asked the question, and I knew we were going to get it at some point. So I figured we might as well just settle it now.
What's that?
Who is your GOAT?
My GOAT? Man, see why we got to do this.
I know I didn't really want to, but they wanted us to do it.
And I really don't have one, though. That ain't really a cop-out, but I really don't like that. I like them all, bro.
I can't find the comment. I will put it up there, though. Somebody DM'd us anyway.
No BS. My favorite player of all time might be Steve Nash. Y'all ain't gonna want to hear that, though. I know y'all don't want to hear that. But who I enjoyed watching growing up was probably Steve Nash, bro. Honestly.
And that's who my mom wanted me to pass like when I was playing
in
like fifth grade. She was like, you got to get that's an assist. She treated assists like points. And honestly, I'm glad, though, because if you watch basketball, back to what we said about Kentucky a couple of pods ago, when they play one-on-one, they look horrible. When you I don't know, well, you were at the Missouri game when Arkansas women, shout out Arkansas women's basketball, by the way.
Super tough.
Check them out.
Tough. Please, don't sleep.
Please don't. But when Amber's catching it on the wing and swinging one more to the corner, and, you know,
it's good basketball.
We're getting a shot up with 27 seconds left on the shot clock of a 30-second shot clock.
Yeah.
That basketball is much more fun to watch.
Yeah.
And so I agree with you. Steve Nash is probably one of my all-time favorites to watch, too.
Yeah, man. We having a GOAT discussion. Hey, for me, he's up there for me. Of course, I have respect for the greats, though, and I always will. Like LeBron, Kobe. Kobe was torching the Suns back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, man. My friend Josh was a big Kobe fan, and every time they would play, Kobe would torch us, and I'd just be like, oh, man, we can't stop Kobe. So, you know, of course, I gained respect for him. Even at a young age, I was like, hey, man, he crazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy what he's doing. But, yeah, bro, if we taking that route, then, you know, I'm going to just tell you who I like. That's always going to be my thing. And that was Steve Nash growing up. I got to be honest.
For me, you can make arguments about both LeBron and Michael.
Yeah.
I think that obviously watching the Last Chance documentary opened my eyes up a lot to what Michael's mentality was.
Same.
And how
bro.
You can see, like, everybody makes the joke now, like, oh, well, I took it personally. But you can see in those games, like, just how personally he took it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. He wasn't just talking. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of people don't go 6-0 in the finals. A lot of people don't reach 6 finals. The argument that people will counter with on the LeBron side is LeBron went to however many consecutive, which is extremely hard to do.
Yeah.
You cannot go to that many finals. And, yeah, he may not have lost. The leagues are different. We know. But the argument can be made for both. But as far as who's my GOAT, I really don't have one. I just like to appreciate. And I know that, like you said, it's not what y'all want to hear. But when you can appreciate basketball, it allows you to understand the game at a much higher level when you're appreciating instead of saying, well, this one's better than that one.
Yeah.
Now, if we asked our man Art, you know, he.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we call Art. Maybe we should at the end, just so y'all can hear him. LeBron, what the F you mean, bro? This ain't even quick. Yeah. Art's going to go off, bro.
He will, for sure. So I'm glad we got that one out of the way.
Yeah,
because we.
And I need this. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Hey, man, it's been a long day, man. You know what I'm saying?
What you got there?
This is an energy drink. Lainey, could you explain who is this from again? What's her name?
I would love to.
This is a.
So, her name is Katie Hearn.
Uh-huh.
It's Katie and Hayden, and I love them so much.
Yeah.
And it's Alani New is the company, and it's fire.
This valid right here.
Taste test. Here we go.
Hold on. Super valid. It doesn't even taste like an energy drink, really.
At all.
It tastes like juice.
At all.
And I'm going to have energy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh,
I don't
yes.
handle caffeine well, but it gave me the shakes.
Really?
Yes.
I swear it doesn't taste like an energy drink at all, though.
No, not at
Damn,
all.
that's super. That's valid.
Very.
That's
so
what's up.
shout out if y'all watch. You know.
Yeah, send us some more of these.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Man.
So now we get to transition into our random questions, and you guys have asked so many good questions. I mean, like, look at this. I don't know if you're just now tuning in.
That's a study guide.
It is a study guide from college, high school,
Yeah.
even 6th grade, 7th grade, middle school. One of the more interesting and fun questions is, shout out Cremo Wheat on YouTube.
What's good, bro?
Would you rather have MJ bounce,
Ooh.
Kyrie's handles, LeBron's vision, or Steph's jumper?
Steph's jumper easily.
Really?
Yeah, bro. The rest I can feel like I'm good with what I
You
got.
can't float through the air though.
I can't. But I would not care about floating if I can shoot. But see, you're a shooter though, so it's different. But if I can shoot like Steph, bro, I'm not even worried about floating. I'm trying to shoot.
He has changed the game a lot.
For sure, bro. I'm for sure taking a jumper over anything else.
I'm
That's
taking the
main
bounce.
thing.
I'm taking the bounce.
MJ's bounce? Is that
Yes,
what it is?
absolutely.
That bounce is crazy.
I'm taking MJ's bounce.
Damn, you don't want Kyrie's handle?
See, those are going to be my top two because
I
I feel
felt
like
like you were going to choose the handle.
I feel like if you're wanting to develop anything, you can develop vision by watching film.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to just break somebody out of their shoes. You're not going to be able to develop that. You can,
Yeah, I feel you.
but I
Not
mean,
like he.
it took Kyrie, I don't know how many years dribbling with a plastic bag around over a ball and stuff. So those are my top two. But I think I got to take the bounce, bro.
Dang, that's what's up. I wouldn't have guessed that.
I really do.
What do you think I would have chosen before I said it?
I honestly thought you were going to choose Steph's jumper
That's
because
You right then.
just because I know how devoted you've been to trying to like change your jump shot up a little bit. So I think I kind of lean towards that. Speaking of Steph and how he changed the overall look of the game, I'm gonna have to put a screenshot up, but on like Sunday night, everybody scored over like 110. In
Really?
the NBA. Yes.
I missed that.
Teams are scoring 120, 125, 130, 140. I mean, the Bucks scored like 140 the other night and hit like 20-something threes.
Yeah. I didn't know everybody did.
Right, and so it leads me to this comment from Trenton Eubanks. Do you think defense is going to start becoming a priority again?
No. I feel like we talked about maybe we touched on it a little bit, or maybe that was with House. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think the game is going to slow down anytime soon. I think not really. At least not regular season play. They'll kind of slow the game down for other teams when it comes to playoff time. But right now we running and gunning. Everybody is starting to see that the run and gun concept can really work.
For sure.
And yeah, that's why we see the points like that, bro. Like get the shots up. If you can shoot, let's make this thing fast and let's see, you know what I'm saying, who comes out on top.
Yeah, I think, and that was another question, and I'll put it up on the screen, was if the league has changed so much now, how would it change eventually again down the road? I think the only way it's going to have to change is defensively.
Yeah.
You see a lot of schemes that Nick Nurse is doing in Toronto. I've seen people, on Instagram and YouTube talk about they're doing some kind of like matchup zone, but it's real wonky. Like, I don't know what exactly they're doing. I'd have to go watch film breakdowns to be able to understand it. But I think that's where the game would have to change.
Is it working though?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I take that back. I haven't watched much Toronto this year, but I know it was a big reason why they were able to be successful in the finals before last year.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, they had Kawhi there. He's a big defensive centerpiece. But I think that's the way it would have to change. But I also think kind of what we talked about in one of the other pods, the pickup game factor is what's playing a big role.
That's true. That is true.
Because these guys go out before and they don't, they shoot 2 or 3 hours. They have shoot around before and in an empty gym.
Yeah.
It's just like shoot around. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just with actual referees and the points actually count. The buckets actually make a difference.
True. Yeah. No, that's valid.
So I think guys are much less. I don't want to use the word nervous or anxious because they're professionals. They've done it, in some cases for upwards of 10, 12, 15 years. But people play a factor.
Oh, yeah.
Noise plays a factor. And when, we've been in Bud Walton before, and with nobody in chairs, it's a lot easier to hit that goal than it is with people in chairs. The depth perception is unreal different. So I think that would be the way that it would have to change, but I also think that the pickup game aspect, it just kind of makes it more fun. Guys are much more relaxed. So
that's a good point.
It definitely makes a little bit of a difference. And while we're on the topic of Steph, LeBron, and Kobe and Michael, shout out to Dub Peak for this comment. He said, do you think the next face of the league will come when Bron retires, or will the league look entirely different? I feel like this was a good time because we're talking about Steph, and at one point he was the face of the league, and now LeBron's kind of reasserted himself with, obviously, the winning of the finals. But do you think we'll have another face, or do you think the league will look totally different?
I think they're trying to do that. I think they're trying to do that kind of with Giannis. You don't feel that way? Nah.
I see where your argument's coming from. I do get that.
Man, I kind of feel like vibe. It, but I don't know. Is he marketable enough? I hate to keep going back to that because I know we talking hoops, but that's a big part of
for sure
the face when
Absolutely.
You think about the face of the league. So I feel like they're trying to do it with Giannis. For some reason, I feel like they're trying to do it with Jason Tatum too. I don't know why I feel like that though.
Really?
Kind of. Maybe not though.
I don't know about Jason Tatum as much. I think the league will look totally different.
Yeah.
I think it will be a lot of young rising stars, but I don't think anybody will be as perennial as LeBron.
You don't think they're going to do it with Luka?
No.
Nah, my fault.
Luka looks pretty good, but he also looks bigger than he was.
Like heavier?
Yeah, like he looks like the fat athletic kid that gives you buckets on the playground.
He does look a little heavier.
To me.
Yeah.
But I mean he's the youngest to, I don't remember how many triple doubles.
Oh, we saw it. Yep. We talked about that earlier.
The youngest age was 23 and he's 21.
I know, bro.
The kid is amazing. The kid is good. I was not bought in, but I am all in now on what he's got going. But I'm not sure. I don't think that's a lot of pressure, man. And I think also we're comparing the pressure that everybody puts on LeBron and thinking that pressure would transfer to the next person that could be the face.
Mm-hmm.
So
no one person will be the face, but we'll have multiple people who act as the face, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
I like that.
I think it'll be more so kind of the way the NFL is.
Yeah.
You know, you have Tom Brady, greatest quarterback of all time. Just saying what people say. You know, if you disagree, let us know in the comments.
Gonna be in there. What?
Yeah.
What?
So you have Tom Brady, but he's down there in Florida kind of doing his own thing, and then you go anywhere. You go to Louisiana. I almost said Louisiana. You go to Louisiana, and you've got Drew Brees, and then you've got all of these guys that are really good at what they do in their position. I think we're going to see that sort of makeup in the league, in the NBA. I don't think it's going to be a LeBron is going to be the face.
So they ain't gonna make KD the face of the league.
That is a good argument, though. He could definitely be the face of the league.
He could be. They probably won't though.
I don't think so, but it's tough to say. I don't think the league will look like it does.
I feel like he would turn them down.
You think so?
If they were like, yeah, you gonna be the face of the league, he'll probably like, nah, I'm straight. I just want to hoop.
Yeah.
I feel like he would, but I could be wrong though. But I feel like they're trying to. Before you just said that, I like what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I feel like they've been talking a lot about Giannis and Jason Tatum, bro. But yeah, that's just right now as well. So
I get that.
No, yeah, that's a good point though, because there is a lot of young players, bro, that's really on the come up.
Mm-hmm.
Really on the come up.
They are, and there's so many, like you said, that do a lot that are good. I mean, you look at Jamal Murray. He just made a resurgence.
That's true.
You know, Jokic, obviously, he was kind of more hyped than Jamal was. He kind of stepped on the scene late. But obviously, Jason Tatum, like you said, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Giannis, AD, even Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler. Like, we just have so much talent. But I don't think anybody's going to ascend from that talent dominant bubble to be that dominant.
Yeah, that's true.
We're talking about a guy that's, 36 now, 37?
Yeah, still got his hands over pretty much, everything.
Everything, yeah. Keeping people out the West now.
Yeah. Chill out, Brian. What they say, chill out.
Yeah, he said he wanted his respect. Staying on the topic of LeBron, we had a really good, interesting question from Jay Lal on YouTube. He says, who has been LeBron's best teammate? D-Wade, Kyrie, or AD?
Ooh, that's tough. Lainey looked like she wanted to pitch in. Who we got?
D-Wade, Kyrie, or AD?
That's a good question.
It is.
Not to me. I think AD. I think D-Wade by leaps and bounds.
You think he's a better teammate than AD?
Absolutely. Because LeBron came to L.A. and kind of turned the reins over to AD. Whereas he came to Miami and D Wade said, "Brian, I'm gonna show you how to do it because I did it back in 2006 or whenever."
Yeah.
I think you look at the friendship that came away from that teammate. Ship. That's a horrible term.
No, we like that. That's what this is about. We need more of that actually. Like make up words and like this is because that's us. This is how we talk.
That is. I think you look at what came out of that time in Miami with Bron and D Wade.
You do have that classic picture though. See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, see that you might be right.
And I'm
nobody else got picks like that.
Nobody. It is a very great question because if you look at the guys he's played with, I mean, he's played with some Hall of Fame talent and D Wade, and I think AD will be on his way there and Kyrie as well. But I think D Wade, by no stretch of the imagination, is the best. And that's the only opinion, like heavily opinionated answer I will give on the pod probably.
Okay, I like that.
D Wade by far. We're coming up on sort of the middle part of the show, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come right back to y'all.
The Neverfold Omega backpack with the SP1 shoe carrier is a versatile bag that can pretty much handle all your needs, especially for my hoopers out there. You can fit your sneakers in the pouches on the sides, while at the same time making sure your tanks and your shirts don't get dirty, while at the same time being able to carry your basketball as well at the bottom. After I'm done hooping, I can pack up all my gear and get to doing whatever I need to do. For those who really want to purchase a bag, the link is in the bio. And as always, thank you guys for the support, and remember to never fold.
Okay, if you just saw that ad, please go get some Soul Pack backpacks.
Get you a
please.
backpack, man.
Get you a backpack, boy.
Backpack, boy.
So back to what we were talking about. Who do you think has been LeBron's best teammate between Kyrie, AD,
Yeah.
and D Wade?
Well, now I'm thinking about the picture. I guess I have to agree and say D Wade. Before, I feel like a lot of people sleeping. I feel like a lot of people sleeping on Kyrie. It was something that they showed. Dang, bro. I always think I'm gonna mess it up, but it was one game. I feel like it had to be that year that they won. We just talked about that. What year? 16?
16, the chase down.
Yeah. Kyrie was playing then, right?
Oh yeah, he's the one that hit the shot.
Yeah, for sure. So that year when they were going crazy in the playoffs together, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think both of them, one game ended up with like 41 points each.
Yeah.
It was just some crazy stats, and they were just very similar. And I was like, yo, that's a crazy duo. That's a super crazy duo. So I feel like just because of the tension that they kind of have between each other now, how up and down their relationship is now, it kind of hinders the way that, the success that they had, I guess you can say.
Right.
But I feel like Kyrie was a good teammate, bro. I feel like he was a really underrated teammate at this point to LeBron. He's not mentioned like the other two are, but the other two get along with LeBron so much better.
Right.
But overall, I guess you have to say D Wade for the same reasons that you mentioned earlier. Yeah, man, they were just hooping too, and they did it in a way that it wasn't forced.
They were having so much fun.
Had a lot of fun. They took over the league for a little bit. Miami was the wave. Everybody was, everybody wanted to be a part of that team in some way.
You either loved them or you hated them.
Exactly. And once it get to that point, it's like, yeah.
That's when you know it's real.
Mm-hmm. That's how you know. So, yeah, I got to go D Wade, man. I have to go D Wade. But AD is on the come up. This year will be a good year to kind of see how far they take it. But right now, I'm going with D Wade as well.
Okay. I agree. Yeah, D Wade is by far, like I said, for me, by far the best teammate I think he's ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's really ever willing to just give up money for the league superstar to come be the guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think D Wade is very underappreciated, I think, for that point. I don't think a lot of people understand the type of sacrifice that he had to make for that.
Yeah.
So transitioning into something that we a little more fun like we had earlier. Okay?
Oh, yeah, I like fun.
So start, bench, cut.
Okay. Start, bench, cut.
Yep. Toffee Hamza, shout out, show the comment.
I was like, who is that? I'm like, oh, I'm cutting him. No offense. No BS. I was like, okay, that's easy. I never heard of him, so cut. But you're a subscriber, so
you're on the team.
For sure,
You're
you're
a
locked
walk-on.
in.
Yeah,
He's a walk-on.
Yeah, well.
For sure. My
it
fault,
over.
bro. I'm hating, really. But all right, I'm ready now.
That's okay. Great comment here. Prime CP3,
Okay.
Prime Nash, or Prime Kid?
Why they doing that? Who? Cut him again, bro. I'm not trying to answer this. Like, this is tough. Okay. Start, bench, cut. Dang, that's tough. Because I'm a little biased, I think. Of course, I'm starting Steve Nash. I just told you. That was one of my favorite players growing up.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm starting Steve Nash. Me. I know that. Okay. I guess bench Chris Paul and cut J Kidd. That's what I'm leaning towards.
We have the same cut. I was going to cut J Kidd too.
Yeah, I mean, and J Kidd was dope, but I got to cut him this time.
Well, actually, we had the same list.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Starting.
I'm starting Steve Nash.
Yeah.
I'm benching CP, and I'm cutting Jason Kidd.
That's me, bro. That's just me. Well, Klay as well. That's just the walk-ons part. Y'all can do what y'all want to. I know somebody's out there. What, man? I'm starting Chris Paul off the rip. I promise I feel you. Because he was going crazy in his prime. But so was Steve Nash. And I don't think people can really just know how well he was hooping in his prime.
Some would argue he stole an MVP from Kobe.
Yeah. He did that one year, for sure. Yeah.
Out Jason Kidd and add prime Derrick Rose.
Okay, so Laney says take out Jason Kidd and
Okay,
add
Laney, what
Prime.
is
You're
going
cut
on?
too. You're cut too. That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's
you're
that's
cut too.
crazy.
I think I'm still keeping it the same. Honestly, I think I'm keeping it the same. Pre-injury, Derrick Rose was amazing to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I just enjoy somebody that's going to move the ball. I think.
Cutting Prime D Rose?
Yeah.
I think I would cut Chris Paul.
You think so?
I would bench D Rose, but I'm still starting Steve Nash. That's tough to say, but yeah, I think that's what I would do. Dang, that's tough. I don't know. I might listen to this and be like, I did what? So right now, that's what I'm leaning towards.
Final answer. That's okay.
Yeah.
In the spirit of start, bench, cut, we have another great comment from Wolf the Legend. He says, "Who is our starting five at each position right now?"
Man, who are these guys?
We're gonna put every comment and DM up on the screen.
Okay. Well, let's do one collectively.
Okay.
Who do you want to start at the one?
At the one. Ooh, tough one. You have any?
Let's toss out some names real quick.
Kyrie.
Okay. We can go Kyrie. Steph, of course.
Yeah, Steph as well.
Dame. We'll go one more, maybe.
Yeah.
You ain't going to start Jamal Murray.
Kyle Lowry, Jamal Murray.
I'm for sure not starting Kyle Lowry.
No, I can't stand Kyle Lowry, but I'm just
goodness.
saying. I'm just putting it out there.
No offense, Kyle Lowry. I know you probably really watching too. So I can't start you. Yeah, man, I'm probably going to start Steph, bro.
I agree with I think he brings more of a distribution threat. You know, obviously he can shoot, go crazy off the pick.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with Steph on that one.
I think I'm starting Steph.
At the two?
Okay, this is where it gets tricky. You going to start Harden or no?
Absolutely not.
Okay. We don't Bradley Beal.
I'll take Brad Beal.
Okay. Who else we got at the two that
I mean, Klay. He's
Klay.
not hurt. I mean, when he's not hurt, but obviously he is hurt now.
Okay. And we need one more. Who Jimmy Butler, maybe?
Jimmy Butler would be a good two. Between those, I'm probably going to start Klay.
Yeah.
His defense is his defense is so underrated, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he gave a lot of value, and I think he showed a lot of people what his value was by being able to score 30 off of -3 dribbles.
Dude,
and
is it because his name is Klay, though?
No.
Okay.
No. It is good.
Clay's trying to start Klay. Like, you got to watch out for that. I think I would start Bradley Beal.
You think so? I think he's another one that's very underappreciated and undermined in the league as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he averaged like 30 last year?
Close to it, I think. Something like that. High 20s.
Unreal to average 30.
Please, thank you. Yeah. And he wasn't, was he? They didn't even make him an all-star, did they?
No, he was a
Snubbed
snub.
my guy.
He was a snub.
You ain't going to start D-Book. That's crazy.
Ooh.
You not starting D-Book. No, I don't think we starting D-Book, though.
No, I don't think so, because you have at starting at the, you got to think. Like Laney tells me Mike Neighbors does all the time.
He averaged 30 for real?
Yeah, he averaged 30. I thought so.
No, that's OD.
Yeah, he averaged 30 and didn't put
I
the
thought
all-star.
you rounded
jersey.
up.
No.
No, 30.5.
No, for real. Like, honestly, if we're rounding up, it's 31.
How was he not an all-star and he averaged 30?
Text the league office.
Yo, what?
I have to call the people at the league office. I don't know. All-star voting, I have no idea why they would not put that man in a jersey.
Is that right, Laney?
No, that's for real. That's truth.
I thought it was like 27 and some change. I was like, which is still crazy, but I was like, okay. 30's wild. I'm starting Bradley Beal. No question.
I agree. I think, like I was saying, I think when we're putting our team together, we got to figure out the best five.
That's facts.
If we go James Harden at the 2, Steph at the 1, KD at the 3, LeBron at the 4, and whoever else at the 5.
Giannis at the 5.
Giannis at the 5. Yeah, we're not gonna get anywhere.
Word.
That team is unbeatable, but we're not like we're.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? I think if we're putting a team together, I like where we're at. the 3 position.
That's where it gets tricky.
I think I put LeBron at the 3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess you have to. It depends. For some reason I was thinking LeBron at the 4, but yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm creating that 2K squad. But yeah, I agree. We can go LeBron at the 3.
4?
And we going traditional 4s.
No.
Who you gonna put at the 4?
KD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. True.
Look at me over here talking about superstars, and I'm putting LeBron and KD on the same team with
Okay.
Steph and Klay Thompson. At the 5, it's toss up. You could put Joel, Jokic,
Ooh, Jokic is a good one. I was thinking Anthony Davis though.
Anthony Davis. That was my next one.
Yeah, I would go either Jokic or AD.
I think AD just because he allows you to stretch the defense out more.
Okay. That's a crazy 5 though. The only difference I guess would be the Bradley Beal and Klay Thompson. But yeah. I
And
would
that
do
one
that
I'm-
same thing though.
That one I'm just subbing offense for defense. Like
Yeah.
Klay can knock the shot down, but he can guard your best player.
My squad ain't got no defense like that, huh? Not really. Nah.
If you have Bron and KD and AD in your top 3,
You're right, they do have defense.
yeah, no,
That's what I was thinking.
You're
Really.
in absolutely no problems of.
That's true. Well, that settles it. That wasn't
So-
hard. That's easy for the walk-ons, you know.
Yeah, it's real easy to say something,
You know what I'm saying?
right? And to your point, great transitioning point here. You said, "Are we going traditional big?"
Yeah.
One of the comments from, let me find it, from G Jackson. He
Okay.
said, "Are big men becoming less valued in the league?"
Yeah, I think so. I thought we talked about.
We
that
did
guy.
kind of talk about it a little bit. I think we touched on something. I don't remember what it was, talking about pick and roll or something.
Mhm.
But I think they are undervalued, but I think the ones that are traditional are more
versatile.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And in a way that they can set a really good screen. They give you more rebounding because if you look at like a Jokic or a Hassan or any other big like Joel Embiid,
Yeah.
if they're a pick and pop big and they like to shoot threes, that takes them away from the rim, so they don't rebound a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now,
yeah.
now everybody gets their boards. Come on now, don't come for me. But you have to understand that more traditional bigs are going to be more versatile in what you need them to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are becoming less valued though.
Yeah. No, I agree with that for sure.
So if they're becoming less valued, it means they're giving more money to the other players. And Matthew Schaefert asks, are NBA players making so much money that they don't care about the game anymore?
That's tough to answer, really. I guess
It
maybe a little bit, but I know what's the center's name that plays for the Jazz?
Rudy Gobert?
Yeah. Did you see the comments Shaq made about him?
Yeah, you can average 11 and
And
get
it's-
200 million.
Yeah. For some reason that is true. I don't know if that makes sense for what he's saying, but man, I don't know really. I feel like things are just changing, bro. I don't necessarily feel like people are like using the money as a way to not be a bucket or not to play hard. I just think that we're just living in a time where money is expected
Right.
for being in the league. Whereas in the past, it was like you had to really, really, really earn that bread because you were a top player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the currency difference is just different now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a good chance to make a lot of bread
Right.
if you're somewhat valuable to your team.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really be answering the question sometimes. I'm sorry, but that's just how I'm looking.
I mean,
at it.
hindsight's 20/20. If we look at what you're asking, that they don't care about the game anymore. We live in an era of social media where everything is a potential news story.
Yep,
You mean to tell me back in the 80s and 90s they weren't clubbing?
that's true. Exactly.
We didn't have camera phones
Mm-hmm.
back then. They didn't. I wasn't around. But they couldn't just pull the phone out and be like, "Oh my gosh,
Right,
Dennis Rodman's here at the club. Like, what's going on?"
Yeah, he was getting he was getting caught, and it wasn't really like that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. He was in the Last Chance talking about, I went to Vegas, partied
Yeah.
for 3 days straight, came back, and he was lapping people on the practice court.
Yeah.
So it's like we live in an age where everything is so much like everything has so much more potential to be like notoriety, to have notoriety that right, and it's hyper analyzed, like Laney just said, is a good point. It doesn't really constitute the fact that they're making so much money. They just have more opportunity because they're spending. You know, what am I going to do with $200 million?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you can spend it, but what am I going to spend it on? I'm gonna buy a jet, a yacht, a house, and all that stuff. I mean, all that stuff you can't use all at once, so they got to do it in other ways. And sometimes it does fuel bad habits like gambling and stuff as well. But I don't think they're making so much money that they don't care about the game.
I don't either, though. I feel like that's just a part of it now.
It is, and it's kind of it's just tough to say. I think that it's just more, like Laney said, hyperanalyzed.
Yeah.
It's not much. They're not a lot. Anyway, we'll go to that. We're gonna do a couple more, guys. We can't get to every one of y'all now. It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's tough. You know, this show is gonna be closer to an hour now, and some of you guys in the comments wanted it to be a little bit longer, so we're trying to accommodate for that, but also make sure y'all actually stay and watch.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard to keep somebody's attention. But so we're gonna finish with 2 more fun questions.
Okay.
Top 3 or 5 passers of all time?
Top 3?
Yes.
3 to 5?
Yes.
Steve Nash, Magic, and you could put Penny in there, really.
Okay.
What am I missing? I mean, you got to throw Bron in there, really.
Yep.
You could throw J Kidd in there too,
Mm-hmm.
or you could go. I had somebody else in mind that fast. You could go Chris Paul.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Laney said AI.
I think he was really just a bucket.
You think it was just a bucket?
I think he was just a bucket, yeah.
But I would take though. I feel like that's a comfy 5 for me though.
Okay. My 5, my top 2
who you
were the
got?
same.
I'm forgetting somebody, huh?
My 2 were the same.
What? LeBron?
Nash and Magic.
Yep, I got those 2.
White Chocolate.
Yeah. See, he studied. Okay, yeah, okay, yep.
It is unfair. I don't show Jay these questions.
No,
so.
that's good though, cause I wanted to be on the spot so I could do this. But that's a good one. Damn, I thought I had it. Okay.
White Chocolate, Bron, and then I put Rondo.
Okay, you take Rondo.
I'll take Rondo. I think from an IQ standpoint, he just kind of knew where everybody was at on the floor. So
Yeah. You think he's a better passer than Chris Paul?
yes,
Okay.
I'm just gonna. You know what? If it comes with flack, it comes with flack.
I like it, Klay.
We're just gonna
changing.
go with it. Last fun question. This one took a little bit of time for me because it's very hard to differentiate. If you had to make a starting 5 with 2 all-time players and 3 role players, who would your starting 5 be? No era.
Okay. 2, say it again.
2 all-time, so
Okay.
2 Hall of Famers,
Well,
and 3 role players. I kind of cheated. I put some Hall of Famers in role player positions.
let me hear your list first.
So my list is obviously Michael Jordan.
Okay.
And then I put LeBron.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll take that.
My role players, Rodman.
I'll take that.
He averaged like 15 rebounds in his like 10 something. Anyway, I don't have to. Gary Payton,
Ooh.
the glove.
Okay. Yeah, he did his homework.
Defense, and then I had Nash.
Really?
Yep. Nash to distribute, MJ to get a bucket, Bron to also distribute, Gary Payton and Rodman to play defense.
Damn. Yeah, they ain't scoring on that.
They probably will, but
Nah, that's tough though. Them some tough buckets you gotta get though.
they are because you're looking at, I mean, Nash is the smallest one. Gary Payton was like 6'2", 6'3", I think. Well, I think Nash was about the same height.
Yeah, he's around there.
So they're a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. We can keep the same 2.
Okay.
Play it safe that way. Who do I want to put around them though? I feel like I would. Okay. See, I want to use KD somewhere, but nah, I can't. Okay, I'll play it a little. I'll throw Pip in there though. Put
Ooh,
Pippen
yeah.
in there, man. Cause he's one of those guys that could do He's a do-it-all type of guy.
By far, probably one of the best superstar role players of all time.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably the best.
He's a do-it-all type of guy. I feel like it wouldn't collide with LeBron for some reason.
They're kind of they were in some way, shape, or form the same player.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking about that. But just for the sake of time, we can do that. I need a point, though.
You need a point, and then you need a 2.
I need a tough 2. I need a tough 2 guard. Okay. But hold on. I got Jordan, though.
Oh, you can put MJ at the 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then you need a 5.
Ooh, I need a center.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of somebody that's kind of slept on.
This is a tough one just because without the era restriction, with no era restrictions, you try to think of who was where and what and how old and whatnot. So
Can I come back?
yeah,
Some time.
we can come back to that one if you want to come back to that at a later show, or do you want to answer?
I'm gonna start the next show. We'll start the
Okay.
next show, and I have my answer.
Okay.
I gotta do some homework.
Guys, thanks so much for tuning in to episode 4. You asked a lot of questions. We're probably going to have to start breaking these up into like 2 or 3 shows a week. I mean, this is, like Jay said, it's a literal study guide.
That's a study guide.
And we didn't answer like 5 questions on here.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
so we made a, what's our grade? We made like a C+ or B?
Probably
B-?
like a B minus.
Okay, yeah, I was always good with that.
I mean, this is unreal, and it's all because of you guys. The channel just passed like I think 7,000 total views, which is amazing.
Thank you, big time for sure. Thank y'all.
That is big time, and obviously we wouldn't be able to do it without you. We enjoy y'all's questions. We're gonna try to get to as many as we can. If we want to do, we could do something like a Fan Friday or a Subscriber Saturday where we just sit and respond to questions, kind of like what we've been doing, but we want to keep the show also as up to date as possible, like talking about Steph and his 62
exactly.
and Paul George and all this other stuff.
Yeah, his braids.
Yeah, and his braids. Yeah, well, we're not that advanced yet. We could, but we could.
We're working on it.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Eventually, we'll have you guys calling in.
Yeah, we can. We will eventually be doing call-ins
until you start trolling us too much, and then we just hang up.
And then can't have too much of a good thing. But so again. Say all that to say thank you guys so much. Shout out to Lainey for helping us.
Yes. Come on.
Make sure to go follow her on Instagram, social media, YouTube. Subscribe to Jeremy's channel.
Yeah.
Go get a Soul Pack backpack if you haven't.
Do that.
If you haven't done that already. Big shout out to all of you guys. GGs.
We love y'all. We out.